All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so today I wanted to talk about a video that's circulating around in Israel of this little girl. She, from the looks of it, looks like she had like a vision of the coming back of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and she's like, in tears, crying to her mother, "He's coming back, mommy. He's coming back. He's coming to save his people." But what I wanted to say about it is how distraught she seemed to be. Like it wasn't a pleasant thing. Then what she was saying was good, right? Which was, he's coming back to save his people, but her action, how she was behaving herself, um didn't make it seem like it was something nice, right? And I wanted to point that out because we were talking about this at camp Sunday, and what we said was, damn, it's been 3 days since camp already, man. It feels like just yesterday. um but what we were saying is that Christians seem to forget about um the bad things, or so-called, that would be perceived as bad things that are in the scriptures, man. Matter of fact, let's go here. We didn't get to read this Sunday, I don't think. This is Ezekiel 2. And the last two verses. This is Ezekiel 2 and 9. It says, "And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe." You see, we 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 are so we're so let me say, not we, Christians get so enthralled by the joy and happiness that there is, and knowing that you can be forgiven for the things that you've done wrong in your life, right? And they get so wrapped up in it that they forget that, hold on, there's some judgment that's going to happen here. And they are so excited about the joy they feel that they negate all of the Lord's indignation that he's talking about. With his deliverance, with his salvation comes turmoil, right? Because that's what the people that he's going to save are being delivered from, the turmoil that he's going to bring on this earth, just like he did to the Egyptians in the days of old, man. So I wanted to talk about, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. For that day when it comes, matter of fact, boom, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. This is Amos 5 and 18. It says, "And woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." Did they not read the scripture? Did they not get a chance to see it? And this is another thing too that Christians do. They like to cherry pick what scriptures make them feel good and what scriptures are most palatable, that include everybody. They actually got people in church, and I had these customers that I was around, and they were the LGBT Q community, and they were talking about how Boston is a liberal city, and that she was saying, one of the customers was saying that she needs to come back to Boston because where she lives she's probably the only queer. And then they started talking about how they've seen the so-called pride flags hanging in the city. And then the dude that was back there with her said that they actually had a gay service, like a gay pride service. and so my question is to Vocab Malone and people like him, his counterparts. Why aren't you guys getting on the Christian church for these things, man? Why are you Christians so one-sided in your delivery of a message, man? In your so-called gospel, in your so-called ministry, why are you so one-sided? We try to give, we try to be balanced in our message, right? We talk about salvation, we talk about the destruction, right? We give you history, right? Biblical history, secular history, right? We try to be well-rounded in our message. But when you look at the Christian message, the so-called Christian message, it's one-sided. It's all about love. And it can't be all about love when there's so much judgment written in the scripture. Matter of fact, let me go to another scripture. All right. I'll take a second, Peter's 2. Find out in just a second. Right. Second Peter's 2 and 5, it says, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. That was judgment, right? And you're not gonna argue the fact that this world is godly, right? And the response to that may be what? Oh, well, we have Jesus now. We can be forgiven, right? But then are you saying that the Lord is a Passover or not a Passover, Salakia, a pushover, and doesn't care about what his standard is of living on the earth, right? Does the coming of the Lord then nullify his standard and his expectation? No, of course not. Of course not. He wants this world to run a certain way, and it's not being ran that way. So what's going to happen, right? So it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, right? It didn't say, well, except for those who believe on the Lord. There's judgment coming on the earth. There's just like let's think about it, right? You had Noah, right? And he was saved from the destruction of the whole world, the judgment of the whole world, right? Or where he resided, right? The whole world. And then in Lot's case, right, he was delivered, and then that whole place was destroyed, right? And likewise, the deliverance in this time, the place that their people are being delivered from is going to be destroyed. They go hand in hand. Deliverance and salvation go hand in hand with destruction. They're being saved from something that is being destroyed. There's countless examples of it in the scriptures, right? What does it say? Spared not the old world, but saved Noah, right? Turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, right? These are and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, right? For that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. So he was delivered, right? So their deliverance went hand in hand with where he was being delivered from, or where they were being delivered from, destruction. You see, they go hand in hand. When the Lord comes back, it's not going to be flowers and candy, man. Like at birthday party, you got the little horn is rolled up into the little paper at the end of it, and it's rolled up, and you and throwing confetti and birthday hats and celebrating. It's not going to be like that, man. The time to come is going to be horrible, man. When Israel was being delivered out of Egypt, that wasn't a fun time. Even Israel, in that they were being delivered, weren't celebrating. They was petrified, man. Moses telling them to strike their doorposts and side posts with blood. They got to eat fast and don't leaven the bread, and I know they was like, can't leaven the bread. Like, damn, what the fuck is going on? You're supposed to leaven bread. What? Blood on the doorpost. What's going on? That wasn't their escape, their salvation wasn't a celebration until they were in the clear. But what was happening in that time? Like, you had to think, like the scriptures talk about how the frogs that were left in the land was stinking, right? The locust was eating all the crops, so the land probably looked all destroyed and barren, right? Flies, the river, the Nile was full of blood. This here it is. This is river that is a river of commerce, and now it's destroyed because it's all bloody and the crops around are all destroyed. It wasn't a good time. They looked around and was like, it had to have been a chaotic time, man. And likewise, when the Lord Yahushua comes to deliver us, his children, the children of Israel, from this land, from this earth, the destruction that's coming behind it is going to be a treacherous one. Matter of fact, that reminds me, let me go here. This is is it Jeremiah? I think it's Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Yeah. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, right? But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. That gave me the chills just now, man. You see? This is and why is this gonna overshadow that, right? In more ways than one, right? Because you think of the deliverance, and before we walked across the water, which was a magnificent feat. You had Moses split the water, and the water rose up on each side, and there was walls of water, and you probably could see the fish and whales swimming, and they walked across dry land, man. Right? So the deliverance now in this time is going to be with chariots. Matter of fact, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about that a little bit, right? Because this deliverance is going to overshadow that deliverance, right? And not only the deliverance overshadowing, but also the destruction that came behind the deliverance. With our deliverance out of Egypt, only one nation was destroyed, the Egyptians. And really not every Egyptian was destroyed, just Pharaoh and the men that he had follow the nation of Israel. So not all of the Egyptians were destroyed, right? You could probably go back to Egypt and see that there were some people, picking up the pieces, if you will, right? But when it comes to this destruction, everything is going to be destroyed. Everything. Well, many things, I'll say. Well, let me say it this way: all of America is going to be destroyed. From Maine to California is going to be destroyed, man. Okay, so let me go here. Let me go here. This is Wisdom of Solomon. This is one of our go-tos. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far all that they look for." Now, that's not just talking about the chariots, right? We always use this because we talk about the chariots coming down to deliver us. That's not just that, but also how quickly this place is going to be destroyed, man. That's going to be a strange thing. The fact that there's no America anymore. You see? They go hand in hand. The deliverance and the destruction go hand in hand. Matter of fact, since I'm in here, I'll show you that the deliverance and destruction go hand in hand. Right? Bear with me for a second here. Right? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth," right? So as one is being taken down, right, the other one is being risen up, man. They go hand in hand. All right. So I found this video of some born again Christians that I wanted to show really quick, right? Because this is their idea of accepting Jesus into your heart, opening opening the doors of your heart and letting Jesus in. This is what they think it is, man. Let me play this clip real quick. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but this is first part here. Listen to the music.
For many Christians, being born again is unlike anything they have ever known. A sense of personal conviction, yielding, or release, followed by indescribable peace and joy.
Right?
This is the stuff of spiritual transformation.
Look, is there a happy lady floating
Once
around the water here?
experienced, it is unforgettable, and many people can recall small details years later.
Right.
Listen to these descriptions. I prayed harder, and then I felt like
I prayed harder. It's just all fairy tale Christmas tree bullshit, man. That's all it is, right? But check this out. I want to show you what the coming of the Lord, how you really should feel about it. Look at this little girl, man. Look at her. Just her face alone. Matter of fact, let me go back. Her face alone shows that she's distraught, man.
No se queden, él viene pronto.
Hold on.
No se queden, él viene pronto.
Don't stay, he's coming fast. Oh shit! I didn't know that's what she said. Don't stay. Don't stay. He's coming fast.
No se queden, él viene pronto.
Oh shit! I didn't know she said all that. You see that? You see, she ain't no half. She didn't say let's go plant some trees. She didn't say let's hug. She said don't stay, meaning get the hell out of here. He's coming pronto. Oh shit! I didn't know she said that shit. I was just seeing her reaction of, and I kind of you look at the video, and then you see the subtitles at the end. I didn't realize she said don't stay. Imagine that, man. So that's what's coming here, man. That's what's coming here. Not this, fairy tale. You should be petrified, man. Really, when you so-called born again, you should be in a space. Matter of fact, let's look at this. Like the elder apostle Gabar brought out, right? You shouldn't feel joy when you so-called born again. You should be repentive, right? Feel or express sincere regret or remorse about one's wrongdoing or sin, right? Or if you go to the etymology, let me see, maybe Google has the etymology here. To do again, and then pent doesn't break it down. Well, you can look it up, but it means to go back to being sorry. Okay? You see? This is how you should feel when you're so-called born again. When you decide to change your life and walk in the light of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You should be repentive, man. Not happy and joyful. Happy and joyful that you have a chance to be forgiven for the things that you've done wrong, right? But ultimately, there's a feeling of damn, because before you come in the truth, you didn't know you was fucking up. Damn, I was doing all kind of wicked shit. That's how you should feel, man. And then the joy comes from knowing that you're gonna be delivered from the destruction that's coming here, knowing that you have a chance, man. So let me go to another couple of scriptures and then I'll get out of here. This is Joel. Did I read Joel? I did not. Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." Oh, that reminded me of another scripture I got to go look for. I'm gonna read that in just a second, right? It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. See that? For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Right? And then it goes in to tell you about, the details of that destruction, man. That great fire that's coming. Okay? So let me read this one. I gotta get back inside here. This is Amos 3 and 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? You see that? That's what's coming here, man. You should fear what's coming here. You see? And hope that you'll be delivered. So that's it, man. That's all I had. So thought I had Lord's will that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, GMS who rule well. Honor and salutation to the hopeful elect. And with that, I say shalom.